Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new video. And this is now a series that I'm going to be doing up until the trade deadline, going over what every MLB team should do on the 31st, or just leading up to the 31st, their trade deadline plans, the moves that they should be doing, who they should be trading away if they're a seller, who they should be trading for if they're a buyer, and kind of what to do if you're kind of in that in-between ground. So, yeah. Today we're doing Arizona. And this comes at a great time because they've lost 15 in a row now for the second time this year. 22 or 23 straight road game losses. So they're sellers. They're going to have to be sellers. And I think at this point they're going to be selling everything they can. So I went over 4 players that they should be shooting out of there for a better start. Yeah, just getting prospects basically. So yeah, let's get into this. But before we get into this, if you are brand new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You know, we're on the road to 200 subs. It means a lot. If you like baseball, this is definitely the place to be. We're going to be bringing you daily content for the June, July, and August months. So, yeah. Lots of baseball talk. Come stay. So, yeah, let's go who they should be moving. The very first trade I have them making is Eduardo Escobar to the Mets. I don't know what they could get back from. It's obviously not going to be like a top 15 prospect, but you might be able to sneak in like maybe like a top 30 prospect from their system, like maybe that 30th ranked prospect in that system. Eduardo Escobar's having an all right, like he's having like that, you know, middle of the pack type of year, which is kind of what he always does. He's super good at being like average to just above average third baseman. He's so good. He's clutch. He knows what he's doing. He's gonna give you his all just every time. I think he's hitting. Let's look up his stats. Currently in 2020, or I guess 2021. Sorry, he's batting .246. He's got 15 home runs, 44 RBIs, 1 stolen base, a 752 OPS. His on-base percentage is .307, so he's getting on base 3 out of 10 times, which is what you want. He's that guy that you can put down in that 7th hole, kind of get stuff going. If you need that late game rally, you know, you're in the bottom of the 8th, you're down at the bottom half of the order. He's the guy who can get you on base, and you can play second, play third. I see him if he goes to the Mets, he's definitely going to be the third baseman, but Eduardo Escobar to the Mets would make a lot of sense. You maybe finesse for 2, but just get a prospect for him. He's pretty sure he's free agent at the end of the year. So, yeah. Alright, the second player I have, I had to change him because I didn't realize. I originally had Cole Calhoun to Atlanta, but I forgot he was hurt on the 60-day IL. So I've changed it. I got Caleb Smith to Atlanta. You know, I get, you know, Atlanta's losing a bit of their offensive thump right now with Ozuna going out. Cuna's just being a Cuna. There's nothing to worry about them. You got Edhire and Rianza or something. I don't know how to say his name. And Christian Pache. But they could have used another outfield bat, which is why I had Cole Calhoun. But they could also use another pitcher with Soroka being down the whole time. I swear they had another injury to their rotation. Caleb Smith right to Atlanta would make a lot of sense. He can be your 4th or 5th guy, lefty, eats innings. Great starter. He was actually one of the guys I wish the Jays picked up last year, but what can you do? This year, 2-2, 3.21 ERA, 53 1/3 innings pitched, 61 strikeouts, a 1.26 WHIP. Very, very good. And then he's walked 26 batters this year and has struck out 61. You know, he's being effective. He got roughed up a bit against the Angels, but other than that, you know, he's been going 5-6 innings, which is kind of what you expect from a guy in the National League, which is kind of just right for Atlanta. And then they can go a bit more into their bullpen. And Atlanta is known. They got Alex Anthopoulos as their general manager, who is known to overpay a bit for for pieces that he thinks is what fits the team. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to get a good prospect along with a meh prospect. So Caleb Smith to Atlanta, I just see could make a lot of work. Caleb Smith to Atlanta could make a lot of sense for not only Arizona, but for Atlanta. Arizona will be able to stock up on prospects a bit, and Atlanta just gets their 4th or 5th guy. So, yeah. Next up, I got Zack Greinke to Toronto. There's another good righty who I've seen actually a lot of trade rumors around this year, which I never actually really bought into it. But then I kind of started looking a bit more at Arizona's season, and it's probably for the best if they were able to sell this guy. He's got another couple years under control. They got him from Miami for Jazz Chisholm. So, like, that's insane. Zack Greinke this year only pitched in 6 games. 3.99 ERA. 29 1/3 innings pitched. 35 strikeouts and 1.26 whip. I believe he was on the IL earlier on in the year. So, don't look too far into it. But, 13 runs, 15 walks to 35 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting 200. Very effective guy. Knows how to work the strike zone well, and if you can get with a good pitching coach like Pete Walker, it's just massive. He'll be giving you probably 6 innings, I'd say. I wouldn't push more than 6. If he's rolling, you can maybe give him the 7th, but it would make a lot of sense. Toronto's bullpen's kind of tiring. Get him another starter that can maybe go into the 7th. You don't have to use as many guys. Makes sense there. And Toronto's got a flip ton of prospects that they can just... Which is insane. I never thought I'd say, hey, we got a lot of prospects. I want this guy. But yeah, Toronto's a lot of prospects. Shapiro knows what to do, and so does Atkins. I trust them. So it's not like you're going to be seeing like a Jordan Groshans go over, but you might see like maybe an Adam Kloffenstein get traded over. Like something along that line. Like a guy who's low A, maybe just into double A. Between Vancouver, Dunedin, and New Hampshire. A guy in there. I definitely see being shipped over. Patrick Murphy's another guy I could see in that deal go shoo. So yeah. And now the final trade. Oh, it's a big one. The guy that they're saying shouldn't be traded, but fucking trade him. Ketel Marte to the New York Yankees. It has to happen. Ketel has to get out of Arizona. They have to trade him. He's having such a good year. You gotta get the value back. The Yankees are in need of a guy who can kind of play anywhere, but he's like Ketel Marte is that center field guy. They need it. He's a lefty bat. It screams perfect fit without it screaming perfect fit. You look at it, you go, yeah, I could see him in a Yankee uniform. I could see him hitting in Yankee Stadium. So, and you could get a good amount of prospects. Don't know how he hasn't played. I believe he's got at least another year or so of control. So that's pretty big. So you can get him another year. You don't just have this year, but you got next year too. So for the Yankees, you're not only getting your center fielder for this year, but you're also getting it for next year because I don't think Hicks will play the full season. He'll probably come in halfway through. This is a big injury, and what type of guy are you going to get back? So getting Ketel Marte, you might not even have to worry about it. So this year, Ketel Marte is hitting .344, has a .386 on base percentage, slugging .500 or .516, sorry, and has an OPS of .903. He's insane. He's not an extra bases machine. If he's hitting singles. But in Yankee Stadium, he is gonna be dangerous. He could be your number 2 hitter. You'd go LeMahieu to Marte to Judge to Stanton. This guy would be dangerous. The Yankees got a lot of prospects too to send that way. You're obviously not gonna get a guy like Jason Dominguez, so don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. But Estevan Florial could be in that deal. You know, that kind of range. You get like maybe 2 high-end prospects, and then probably a mediocre prospect. So, it'd make a lot of sense to go there. The Yankees definitely need a little bit of a push, although I think they got it a bit over the weekend just by winning some games. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, Ketel Marte to the Yankees. That means Arizona is losing Marte, Escobar, Smith, and Gallen between now and the deadline, according to my brain. I wouldn't be surprised if they sold more. But yeah, and they're going to get probably 2 prospects for Gallen. Probably 2 prospects for Smith, a prospect for Escobar, and then 3 prospects for Marte, potentially a 4th. So you get 9 or 10 prospects back for 4 guys that you're selling is pretty good, you know. And honestly, there's probably more guys that they could have sold if those guys are having a bit better years. So yeah, those are the trades. I think my message was basically just stock up on prospects so you can build a bright future. Just do that. And yeah. Do you guys like the moves? Do you think Arizona should make more, make less, hold Marte, or sell Marte is basically the big question. And yeah, catch you all in the next video. Peace out. Goodbye.